Well, now, yes. Hello, my darlings, dolls, and everything in between. How are
Welcome back to ChatGayPT and to the two of us.
Well, if they're still around, we didn't traumatize them yet. Should we amp it up?
Actually, we kind of have because, I don't know, I hate to break it to you, but every episode we've posted, our audience has gone down.
Oh, what a shocker. Girl.
So by this point, thank you to the 5 of you still watching ChatGayPT.
Thank you for unfollowing, honestly. My name is Miss Velvet. This is basically just like the fabric, a lot of polyester involved.
And I'm Adrian Field, also very fake.
What's tonight's topic?
Well, why don't we first catch up, because it's been a minute since I've seen you, darling.
I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks or
Well,
so.
we haven't had a really proper catch-up in a gay man's life. 2 weeks, 3 weeks is a long time. You can go through basically like 3 relationships in 3 weeks.
In gay life? Girl, that's already marriage level. They already had 2 cats and one of them passed away.
Well, let me tell you. So there's been a lot that's been going on. It's the summertime, and being that we are in Lisbon, I am spending every warm day at Praia de Sinov, which is the gay nude beach, and I am having such a great experience there.
Thank God you live next to the clinic.
Well, you know, I don't necessarily get down in the bushes and behind in the Sinov, but it's like I go there and I think like my body does the work for me because it is my best attribute. So like I go and people just start talking to me and hitting on me, especially the Brazilians, you know. I think that you can also attest that the Brazilians are always very friendly, very outgoing, like they have no qualms about just talking to someone, whereas the Portuguese generally
Which might explain a lot, but yeah.
So this happened to me last week. I was just, you know, in my element on the beach, and this Brazilian guy just starts talking to me. End up hooking up with him. He comes over for dinner. We go to the beach again the next day, and the next day I meet some like other Brazilian. Like it kind of rolls on like this, you know.
A guy a day keeps the doctor away.
Seriously, no, but it's been so good for me to get this kind of like in-person attention because like we talked about before with the apps, I'm so used to just being behind a screen that even when you like get compliments from Grindr, you don't, at least I don't always feel like it's true because it's like whatever, it's based on a photo, but if someone actually hits on you in real life, you're like, oh, okay, that's really nice.
It is.
Because they're taking all of it in.
I'm not quite used to that either. It happened to me also the other day. This has been intense 2 weeks, so to speak, but I've been focusing a lot on my self-care, finally. So as you know, I'm back in the gym, surprisingly. Well,
what are you working on, the tits?
I'm trying not to work specifically on anything. Trying to do like a full body conversion at this point. Now I'm just trying to keep myself healthy, to stay flexible, to assist with some exercise specifically for my day and night job. And I wanted this spa. I really wanted the spa. But it's funny because I signed up to the biggest cruising gym in the whole Portugal. It's insane, the amount of orgasms.
Can you please spill the tea on it? Because
you can say it all
I don't
on
work
the
out
fans.
at that gym, but obviously it has a reputation here.
It does.
And
rightfully so.
So you've seen some things.
Girl, I hear it every day, every time that I go there. I'm in the showers, I'm getting...
No, but tell me the truth. Like, not being funny, but tell me the truth.
You hear people having sex, yeah.
Really? In the next
in the showers.
Yeah. Like, but how do you think that they're... Like, they see each other in the locker room and then they give each other, like, an eye?
I don't know, because I'm so weird when it comes to that. When people start doing eye contact with me, I'm like, no, fuck, no. Move on, next machine.
But you know, Praia de Sinov has actually helped me with that as well, because I was never comfortable with, like, cruising or any of those things. But I think I'm getting more comfortable with that whole element, like where if you know you make eye contact, then you know that person is like inviting you basically.
But the thing is, I'm also a little bit biased because I'm already not comfortable in a gym. I already feel like the pressure. Everybody's so fit. Everybody's fucking fit there. Like all the OnlyFans models, all the Instagram wannabes, they're always there. So everybody's just fit, healthy. They're going into those, you know. They have their own podcasts about what you should be eating, how to douche properly. I don't even know.
So, speaking of the gym, why do you think that gay men are so obsessed with this like idea of perfection and, you know...
It has a lot to do with the rejection that we have to endure as youngsters. And it just started being so, like, I don't know, a century ago, more or less. when people were being still chased, and it was a very subculture kind of thing, a very niche kind of thing.
Okay. Do you think it's that, or do you think it's just that it's like survival of the fittest in terms of like there's a limited number of people and we're all competing, and therefore like the better the body that you have, the more chances you have to hook up and to do all of these things. So it's more about like
but again, it falls down into the rejection.
Okay, so you're going in like a deeper psychological level.
Sorry.
Of like,
okay, let's be.
I think no, but there's different layers of it, right? Like if you're going straight to the like inner psychology. Like why do we want to portray a masculine image? I mean, I know you're not going for that at the moment, but
Wait, am I not giving masculine?
because I can also say from my personal experience, when I came out as a little gay boy at 18, I was pretty effeminate. I was into fashion. I was a twink. I was really skinny. I probably weighed about less than 120 pounds, which I think is less than like 50 kilos or something. Like really, really tiny. Like I actually got confused sometimes for lesbian.
How much do you weight now, if I can ask?
And now I'm 62 kilos. So I put on like 20 pounds of muscle, basically. But back then, I really didn't have a lot of sex because I wasn't the typical type that people would be into. And when I realized that, which was around 20 years old, is when I started to go to the gym and never stopped. Because when I saw my body changing and I saw that I got more attention, like it just kind of kept feeding into itself, and like me wanting to have, more options, basically. So I had to consciously go away from what maybe I was naturally, which was a more like effeminate boy that was interested in fashion and all of these, more like girly things, to at least portray like a slightly more masculine
So you started
image.
going to the gym because you wanted to fit in once again.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't because like I love working out or whatever, and I was never into sports. In fact, when I was in high school and we had to do a physical activity, I was the coxswain on the crew team, which is a funny term for the person who's calling out orders and steering the boat. Specifically because you just sit there like the king on the boat and like steer while you have all these hot rowers that are rowing the boat.
What do they call it?
And they're wearing fucking spandex, okay? They're in these lycra outfits that's like oh my god, it was so gay, and I don't know how I didn't realize I was gay. But point being, I specifically did an activity where I had to do no physical exertion, okay? That's how like anti-physical activity I was. That I was just like the queen of the Nile sitting there on my boat while these hot men rowed for me. So there was
Queen
clearly...
of denial.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, but wow, those guys and their packages in those Speedo, like, spandex outfits. I wish I could have gone back in time.
I fucking love that. A guy in spandex, yes, please. But whenever I'm in a room filled with a lot of those, I just want to dig a hole and hide.
But, okay, can we also talk about... Remember when we were at that circuit party of, like, the American guys' birthday?
We were never at circuit. Oh, the circuit
yeah,
gays.
like the circuit gays.
A party with circuit
we didn't
gays.
go to a circuit party, but there was a party with all of these circuit gays.
I'm a Christian woman, I don't do those, but sure.
And I was also feeling like I definitely don't fit in with these people. Like,
Yes.
I am not that crowd. I've never been that crowd. I've never been to a circuit party. Like, I feel I'm more of like an intellectual
And they
kind
were
of
all
person.
pedro, they were all good looking,
Exactly,
there
but
were a
you
lot
know
of
what?
OnlyFans models.
They like pulled me into their group. Like they felt a kinship with me, even though I didn't. And I was like, oh wow, I'm even being accepted into these circuit gays that I would have never felt accepted by, like as an 18, 19-year-old gay boy. And so they see me maybe in a way that I don't even see myself after having gone to the gym for 15 years, after having put on muscle. Like, I still internally don't see myself in that. Like, I don't look at myself and think like I'm a muscle gay. I mean, I'm not a huge guy. I'm still petite. But I don't...
You're fit. You have a nice body.
Thank you.
A lot of muscles.
I don't.
So
I
you're
just
like
still
in the
don't
limbo
see
category.
myself in that way.
You're not a twink, but you're not a hunk. You're
I'm not a hunk.
You're a hunk, I would say.
I guess no, but it's a twunk. I mean, that's...
But you're not a twink, though.
No, it's a twunk.
I know.
That's in between.
But you're not. But you don't even have the twink side of it.
Is that the ghost again? Still where I left off. So,
Ouch!
as I was saying, I'm so manly, you know.
Her ears are bleeding. Wow, you just killed our producer. She went deaf again.
So, actually, isn't this a company? Shouldn't they sponsor us if I'm going to show their...
So a big shout out to our lovelies that never stop for
don't-
giving me the fan.
For giving you? Okay, well, how about when they start paying? for you to-
Girl, you wear this amount of makeup and you sweat your tits off and then we can talk.
All right, so I was saying, you know, I felt very like accepted by these circuit gays in a way that I would have never thought possible, and it his
We have two different
somewhat
experiences
validating.
specifically to that day.
Well, you
But
showed up in
you
drag.
were exactly. They met me already in drag.
And they
There's a
loved
big
you.
difference between what I look like in drag versus out of drag. We should do an episode on that as well. I'm gonna put you in drag and I'm gonna be out of drag.
Well, I'm going to be beautiful as a woman and as a man.
I'll be the judge of that. So, and basically they always met me as Miss Velvet. They invited me to the party. I was their host, and then they invited me to the party, and I was still in drag because I just left work, and I constantly have the idea that if I showed up as Andre, I would not be getting not even a tenth of the attention that I got.
Well, when you show up in drag, it's like you're showing up as a celebrity, in a sense.
It is.
Like it
It
has
is.
that same energy.
Of course.
You know?
And it always happens whenever I'm at gay parties or just places in general. Whenever we are in drag, everybody just looks up to you with such admiration. And
But it's not
doesn't-
necessarily
but
sexual
it's-
desire, right?
But then when I go to the exact same people as Andre, some of them wouldn't even look twice. And I guess I'm not a bad looking guy.
Tom
at
Holland.
I'll give you that one chance, okay? But do you know how many messages I have on Grindr still up to today asking, "Are you Tom Holland?" I'm like, "No,
Why
I'm
don't
Tom
you
Hardy."
Just say yes.
Jesus,
Why not
once
ride
in
his
Mad-
coattails?
I said once in Madrid. That's when body image really showed up because he was still a twink back then, not a hunk, and I was fucking skinny. I was like 55 kilograms back then when I was a cabin crew. But anyways, I diverged. So basically, at that party, I had an entire feeling of comfort with those kind of guys because I was in drag. But if I was out of drag, I would not be comfortable whatsoever. Everybody was topless, having fun, doing, flour and sugar, whatever you want to call it. And I wouldn't be comfortable in that place if I was out of drag.
But
Because
don't you also feel like those guys, without their muscles, like nobody would feel comfortable, and they probably all have inferiority complexes about not being big enough. Like even when you're that
They
kind of
have,
guy,
but they
they
have.
always want to be bigger, and they want to have a bigger dick and a bigger ass and bigger pecs and bigger. Like it never is enough, right? I mean, it's never enough for me.
I'm
so I
trying
would
very
imagine
hard
for
not
that.
to say never enough. I'm not gonna scream now. Don't worry, dear. You're safe.
Them. Like they have body dysmorphia. That's why they are so obsessed with the gym and
Yes.
probably taking steroids and all of this
But
because
it's
they
like
don't
a
feel
circle.
good about
The more
themselves.
you do, the more pressure you feel. The more you look for things, the more you'll see things. The more, for example, the more you're looking in the mirror searching for something, the more you'll notice that something is missing. Something can be bigger. Something this, something that.
And
But
don't you
this
feel
happens
like-
not only in gays. This happens in general human beings.
But gays were always comparing like ourselves to each other,
Yeah.
because we're of the same sex too, so it's impossible. Even I bet there's probably some competition in couples, like who's the better looking person, when it's two men, like you're literally comparing an apple to an apple. You can't really compare like a feminine beauty to a masculine beauty in a straight relationship. So I feel like
But
there's
you
part
can
of that
compare the
dynamic.
same. You can kind of compare the relationship that straight women have with each other.
Right.
The kind
It's
of
like very
competition level.
competitive.
Straight guys are just etc. But if you look into the example of social media, what are they giving us? What are they showing us? What are they selling us? What is influencing us? Specifically in these past, I would say, 8 years? In these past 8 years, we've seen a culture so much focused on the self, on the body image, on how we present, on what can we fake, what can we hide, how can we portray ourselves. So the body image is no longer only specifically body image, is your whole image, or your whole brand, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we have social media in part for that. Like how much the filters change people, how much are you using like AI to like show this almost impossibly gorgeous
face
image,
retouches.
and then like the way that the algorithm is only showing you like the 100 hottest people in the world, and then you're like, fuck, well, I don't look like that, so that means I need to like work harder, I need to go to the gym
Money.
more, I need to. Well, I really identify with that expression. You're not ugly, you're just poor.
I do.
Because with enough money, you can pretty much like do anything.
Yeah, look
I'm
at
a
our-
testament to that.
Look at our Portuguese star, Ronaldo, for example. Everybody loves giving that example, and it's fucking true.
Yeah.
The guy's ugly as rocks as it is, but he was even uglier before.
Yeah, he looked like a troll under a bridge, and then at least he
and the
fixed
bridge
what-
fell on him.
Basically, yeah. Because we're competing for such a small pool of potential partners, it just seems like we're forcing ourselves to do more and to do more and to do more to like compete for those people, no? That's how I feel. Like I'm in a constant sort of inferiority complex comparing myself to other people, and then that feeds into my like body dysmorphia of feeling like I need more surgery or spend more time in the gym, or like I'm never satisfied
No, I understand.
because of this like inner wound
I
and,
mean,
and
I
stuff.
never had any surgeries. I've never even retouched my face. I've never done literally anything.
It shows.
Okay, well, I think. Fuck's sake. But yeah, I've never had any surgeries. But out of drag, I kind of created this drag persona. Like, my hair is bleached white, bleached platinum under this. I wear colored contact lenses. I still wear a little bit of makeup. So I kind of created this kind of male drag persona that I identify myself with the most. I actually identify myself with this persona more than what if I was looking natural. But
What
actually,
surgery would you do? And let's not say that you have to
Nose.
choose. Like maybe you wouldn't even choose
sorry,
anything.
too fast.
Okay, so it would just be the nose or anything else? Because
Lips,
I'll tell
upper
you.
lip. I would do a
Okay.
little bit of Botox as well. A lot of doctors wanted me to do, but that's not a cosmetic procedure like the what you call it the
Botox in the mascara.
No, maxillo the bone. This
To actually shave your bone?
Yeah,
Why, do you have a weird bite?
I do. You never fucking notice?
No.
Oh, that's right.
Do you have an
Never
underbite?
sucked your dick. The surgery that I find the most upsetting to me is the height.
Oh my god, so that's another one that I'm like...
That's body image related to. I mean, really
I'll tell you
irrelevant.
how messed up I am with my body dysmorphia. I was like,
Don't say
which
considered.
one of those do I need? Should I get my face sawed in half, or should I get my legs cut off and
I
then
think
like
you need a
extend it?
lobotomy at this point.
I do.
Give
That's
me a nice picture. I'll do it
just
for free.
cut off my head and give me a new head, or like just take out my brain and put
Marie
me in a new,
Antoinette style.
just put me in a new body. Like, just take out my brain and put me in a new body.
What if you don't like that body? You're gonna change it.
No, but you have to choose. And I think this is the way that like future
That's not
is
part
going.
of the game, honey.
We're in like 100 years time, we're all gonna just be able to like choose what body we want to be in. Like we'll
So-
get our brain taken out and just plopped
Okay.
into like an AI body.
What exact surgeries?
Like Westworld.
What exact surgeries have you had?
It's
What have
better to
you
ask
had
me
done?
what haven't I had done.
No, I want the list. Let's go. I'm gonna count. We have
Okay,
time.
this is embarrassing because I think that this is gonna make like nobody ever want to date me again if I'm revealing this information. But okay, I'll
We
start.
can bleep it. I just need to count it.
Let me do like chronologically, or no, I don't even know how to go like how to dive into this. Okay, so I've had 2 hair transplants, not because I'm losing my hair, but because I wanted a smaller forehead. So
I'm counting 2.
they brought that down. I've had 2 nose jobs. I've had a chin augmentation.
You had 2 nose jobs and you still kept this one.
Yeah, I know. I need a third. I'm already planning it. So the chin augmentation, which was done at the same time as my first nose job. I had my teeth redone with cosmetic veneers, and I have had a lot of Botox and fillers throughout the years.
But do
in
those
various
count
parts of
as...
It's not a surgery.
It's not a surgery, it's a procedure.
No, but these are procedures.
But okay,
I've done tons of...
those are regulars.
Yeah, tons of
But
maintenance.
surgical procedures.
No, surgical procedures, then only the 2 nose jobs, 2 hair transplants, and a chin augmentation.
And 1,000
and
Botox.
and my cosmetic dentistry, which was surgery as well.
Okay, so like 6 big surgeries.
Yeah, nothing on my body. Everything from here down is.
Would you
is
do a
me.
BBL?
No, because I have a nice ass.
You do though, yeah. I asked
I would
the wrong
do. I
person
would
this
do
one.
like a penis enlargement.
Oh fuck yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting that those exist as well.
Yeah, they can do it nowadays with filler. Like they.
With filler.
Yeah, like they just inject dermafiller all around your shaft.
I'm gonna Google this shit when I get home.
And it lasts.
Not
like
that I'm
3 to
getting
5
any
years.
ideas. I'm fine with my size, but
I mean, who doesn't always want to be bigger?
I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable with my size. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think again, it's like what man doesn't want to.
I got a tuck. I don't need the. I don't need.
That's
a
true. I mean,
big
for you, it
tush.
might be like a work liability, but yeah, I think we had touched on this subject once before that like when you're an older guy, if you have a huge cock, people will still want to fuck you, even if you're old and kind of like, ugh, just
There
because
was-
gay men like love big cock.
There was this guy today at the gym by the jacuzzis. God, he was already very old, like 70 something, nearly pushing 80s. But a full fucking boner, like huge, massive.
Can we also say that Portuguese men in general all have huge dicks?
They do.
I've never seen a
Average
Portuguese.
size is like, in Portugal, is 13, 14 centimeters.
Oh, I thought you were going to say inches. My jaw was about to hit the floor. That
We're
would
in
be
Europe.
like,
we
that'd be
use
like,
we use the
it's
metric
like
system.
30,
Love,
30
get used to
centimeters.
it.
No, but I've never seen a Portuguese guy with a small dick. Like,
Oh,
and
I have.
I've hooked up with a lot of them by now, and they all have.
So you were just
pretty big.
lucky.
I think statistically at this point it's not luck because there's too many for it to be lucky.
But
Like
you were
it is.
You were in Asia as well, in Bali. Is a stereotype true where?
Yeah, of course, but I mean, come on, these Portuguese sized like they're, I would say Portuguese and Spanish men like the biggest, generally.
Okay, fair.
And my theory about this, it was like Darwinian, like was the Portuguese and the Spanish, they had a lot of wars, so all the small dicked people died out and only the big dick people were like left, through natural selection.
Do you know the Billie Eilish song, All the Good Girls Go? It can be like, all the Portuguese dicks are big.
They're huge.
Massive, darling, massive. Okay, so back to surgeries.
Well, those are all my surgeries. The ones that I'm still thinking about are, like I said, I want to do a third nose job. I want to either get a jaw implant or the one that we were just talking about where they literally saw your face off and then like move it forward. I'm feeling this itch, like I need to do something again because, it's really weird. Like sometimes...
Has somebody ever suggested therapy first?
I do need therapy, for sure. I know I'm messed up. I fully admit it. But what's so confusing to me, it's like, I blame not being in a relationship on the way I look, but at the same time, like, the guys that I'm attracted to are attracted to me, at least physically. Like, they end up dumping me or whatever, not apparently based on my looks, but based on my terrible personality.
The thing is, you've been working so hard on the way you present yourself and how you look that you forget, like, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
That can also be a huge factor.
Yeah, it's for some reason in my messed up brain, it's easier to blame the physical things and like that you can at least pay for a solution versus the stuff that is, internal, that is much harder to work out. So, yeah, I think that a lot of us in this community of gay men do have some form of body dysmorphia. I think that it just is part and parcel of what it is that we live through. No?
I mean, even as human beings, we always tend to look up to somebody. But as gay men, as gay culture, we already carry this huge historical weight even behind our own backs and bare backs. But I diverge.
I just ask you,
I'm
actually,
sweating so much that I can't even...
what kind of men are you attracted to, and how much does like physical appearance play into that in terms of fitness and this kind of
It's
stuff?
not that I'm shallow, but image plays a big part of it.
But
Because firstly, you're attracted to the image of the person. Then you're attracted to the person itself. But what calls your attention is the image.
So would you hook up with a fat guy?
Depends.
On what? How big the dick is?
No! The wallet. The thing is, what I need the most is a pretty face. If you have a pretty face, body type, I'm not very picky on it. But I like a good looking face. Because that's what I'm gonna look. Everybody looks good in a suit as well. But the face, you cannot put a fucking tie to cover it.
Yeah. I agree. Face is quite important to me. Body would be secondary. And I'm actually a bit turned off by the guys that are like the crazy muscle ones that just look like they live in the gym and they have nothing
They're
else
so
going
focused
on.
on thinking that they're the hottest.
It's actually a turn off for me.
This is a turn off for me too. Thank you. Oh my god.
Like I'm into just like a kind of normally fit guy. Like, which is kind of how I would qualify
like
myself.
The swimmer's body, for me, it's the ideal.
Because otherwise, it looks like you devote all of your life just to portraying this physical ideal, whereas, like, then you get no pleasure. You're probably not drinking, you're probably not eating pasta or pizza, or, like, doing any of the other things that are, like, about enjoyment. I feel you need to find a balance. Like, I feel with how I am, like, I can maintain this body, it looks good, but it's not, like, I'm not starving myself, I'm not... miserable, like trying to
have a healthy routine still,
exactly,
and you just take care of it.
So that to me is attractive, like a guy that takes care of themselves but is not obsessed.
But a guy that is too obsessed, that's a big
turn
turn off. Jesus Christ! No, like I said, for me it's the swimmer body type and ideal, not Michael Phelps, but more like Tom Daly.
Yeah, but that's a hard body to achieve. Also, he's got like an 8-pack.
I said what I said.
Let's just say that I'm very messed up, so don't take any advice from me. Like,
my way is
and
messed
you
up too
probably
at this
need
point.
therapy after listening to us. So good luck with that. I think that I definitely need therapy at least. So, anything else to say, Miss Velvet? Would you like to diagnose me?
At this point, I'm just sweating my tits off. It's so fucking hot in Lisbon. I'm sorry, I really had to vent this one out. Oh Christ. Date drag in this weather? It's a crime. A fucking sin. I'm done. Let's go.
Alright guys, thank you for watching, and subscribe to ChatGayPT. Send us questions, comments, all of that. And until the next time, take care, and we will...
take me.
Yeah, take her.
Please.